So right here, we have this little planet all to ourselves, which means that we can do whatever we want with it, including mining it for some fuel. One little drop of fuel at a time. But we get enough of it, say 30, and then we can expand. And whoa, just like that, everything else shows up. We got an asteroid belt over there, and then if we look to the center of our little system, there's the sun, which might be our goal today. There's also a whole bunch of crazy activity happening on the sun here, a whole bunch of little circles. It's like somebody gave the sun ringworm. But let's just keep harvesting our little planet here because we get more fuel, but we need 1,500 to keep expanding. So maybe we go to do something else, like buy some drones. Or upgrade our manual mining for 20. So now we're getting 2 fuel every time. Why don't we just keep working on this until, oh, that maxed out earlier than I thought it would. So we can get 4 fuel every click. I was honestly hoping for more, but at least we can buy some drones with the fuel that we have, so they should start mining on their own. At least they go on a little trip in their favorite rocket ship around the planet. Drone that can be modified into other drones. So we turn this drone into a mining drone, and then it just plasters itself to the planet's surface and mines fuel for us. But only one at a time, although it is happening really frequently. So why don't we go ahead and buy another one and then make him a miner? Just setting up a few miner drones at a time. When do we get major drones? Well, let's quickly, buy another one so that number goes away. But passively, we are currently earning 8 fuel per second, giving us some really good progress towards 1,500, which is a lifetime total, not how much we need at once. And it seems like there is no upper limit on drones that we can buy here. At least I don't think so, because we have, how many miner drones do we have on this planet right now? The sun's got ringworm and we're giving this guy like drone pox. But 21 fuel per second seems like a pretty good rate for what we need right now. Okay, that's how many we have, 10 mining drones. I'm okay with this. Oh, good, we can hold the button down for 25 fuel per second, and there we go. Lifetime total achieved. So, okay, are we about to unlock even more of the universe by expanding? Whoa, we got a space station. Is it a democratic space station? Deploy some drones to start researching. I see. Can we click this for research? No, we can't. But since we have 1,000 fuel now, we can buy just a lot of drones. I don't know how many we have, but now we can come over here and why don't we, okay, over here, 7 drones. We'll just make all of them research drones. And they all work at once beautifully. Why don't we go ahead and buy 3 more drones? So we have 10 research drones. Is the maximum level for this also 4? Oh, it isn't. Oh, that's even better. Although it is getting a little bit expensive. Has anything else happened? The sun is still infected. Maybe that's why we're about to harvest it. To see like, okay, what's wrong with you and how can we fix this? And how can we profit from it? Welcome to insurance. But at least we can use the research for other things like more mining speed, because we do need a lifetime total now of 15,000. Extra help spawns 5 research drones for research point gathering. So we can just spend research to get more drones? Absolutely. What happens if we max this out? Is that the maximum? Just filling out all of this? What if we just buy drones for that? And then get them instantly. Oh, it goes into overflow. So we have 2,000 research right now. Oh my goodness, get more speed. And it's still not maxed out. Look at how crazy the speed is going. So many drones here. And we can still buy extra help. You know what? Sure. So we got 7 overflow drones beyond all of this. Still doesn't let me know how many drones that is though, but I do like the rate that this is going at. We are outpacing how much fuel we're collecting like crazy. So maybe we should increase mining amount for all of our drones. So all the drones are now matching our manual mining of 4. And then mining speed as well. So now the mining speed is actually maxed out. Oh my goodness. They are just clicking like crazy. And that boosted our rate to 252 fuel per second. We are easily getting to 15,000. And here I was worried I was gonna need to spawn more drones, but now we can expand. So what does this give us? Oh, we have unlocked the moon. We got a space station before we even knew there was a moon right there. You have discovered brittle rock. Can send back common metals and deploy satellites from here. I mean, already we can boost the mining speed of things that we don't even own yet. But we need drones first. So we can just buy 13 of them in bulk, and then we can build an elevator. Wait, so we're just connecting to the moon via elevator? When both things are spinning? I feel like that would just break the elevator, but you know what? We could just connect to it. Oh, never mind, it just sticks out like a nail. Just a whole bunch of nails in the planet's, or the moon's surface. But all of those are shooting back resources to the planet, and we're getting common metals out of it. And we already have enough to buy a satellite. Is the satellite on the Brittle Rock, or is the satellite here? We still have some drones that are not being used, so not sure which is what. Satellite that can be modified into other satellites. Oh, there we go. But I still don't see where the satellite is ending up. Unless it's just ready to be deployed and not visible yet. Can we max out the mining amount here? It's at 5, so the maximum might be 6, but we need 19,000 research for that. We can still boost the research amount though, and the speed. Okay, so now the speed is maxed out. It's also just the weird little taps. Like whatever your flavor of ASMR is, I feel like this satisfies it. But why don't we go ahead and buy a few more satellites, because we had 1,000 metal already, and now we can get one of each satellite. A fuel satellite right here. That, oh, there it goes. Orbiting kind of on the same ring as the moon, but a little outside it. Oh, that is weird. Bringing me back to my Kerbal days, and I feel like this is on a very bad trajectory here. But we can also get a research satellite and a metal satellite, which boosts everything by 1. So it seems like our system is moving very beautifully. Oh, that is... Okay, this asteroid belt here is really throwing me for a loop watching this thing move through. But there's just so much going on in this system. And we haven't even broken outside of it or gone to the sun yet, which we still can't do. But it looks like we also need lifetime metals here of 12,000 and then 400,000 fuel. So it's a good thing we're boosting everything. And the mining amount is not maxed out yet. Oh, so it can exceed the mining speed. We still have 5 drones left over, so let's make them all miners. Just to really boost the clicky clicks. We should be able to get to 1,000 fuel per second here pretty soon. Maybe we should build more satellites and make them fuel. More mining speed on the metals. Obviously, we need a lot less metals to get to the lifetime achievement, but we are still just outpacing the fuel like crazy. Even though we're only getting, some drones, elevators. Okay. Gotta restore order to things. But we should be able to get close to 1,000 fuel per second. And then one more miner there. Yes, 1,000 fuel per second. Because each drone is making 10 fuel. And we have 16 drones, so the math does math. Trust me on this. So we got 7, 14, 20, and then 12 more. So that's 32 research drones. This is just an insane amount of flow here. And those satellites are going way out there. Like, how are those boosting the fuel if they're way beyond the system? I feel like we're about to lose them to something. But we have achieved lifetime metals. So we just need fuel, which we are halfway there, living on a prayer. So it does not take much longer before we have the new lifetime achievement. So first it was satellite, now it's the moon. Is there a second moon? Let's expand. Whoa. It is another moon, but it's on a different planet. Cindermoon. Give it some glass slippers and send it to a ball or something. Or if you're an OG, it's gold slippers, which gets a lot more dark. But we can prestige from here. So we just do that? Prestige gain permanent upgrades by spending star points. So if we fill this up, does that give us another one? And we can't even do anything with the main gas giant here. Also, where is it? It's beyond the asteroid belt. And you can still see all the craziness happening on where we started. All the little metals getting sent back, just the ring of research drones, and just the absolute disease that is the mining drones on this planet. But maybe we can boost how quickly we get to that next prestige point with even more mining drones and getting a nice amount of fuel per second from them. So I think that reduced the ETA, or just natural time did that, because it was at 3 minutes and now it's at 2 minutes. Oh, and I can see what they mean about progress getting slow. We need 2.5 million fuel for this. I don't know how much we can do to boost that, but we can get more mining amount. So each drone here is producing 13 fuel. Can we boost research amount yet again? There's the maximum. 10 research every bit of this. And I guess we could just keep buying more satellites and converting them into fuel satellites. Kind of wish I saw an ETA on this. And there it is. After not that long. Okay, let's see what we got here. Do we get to maybe harvest this gas giant where'd it go? You ever lose a planet? But if you do, then maybe the archives are incomplete. Anyway, what I was thinking is maybe we get to harvest this gas giant now. Oh! An asteroid mining station? We just made Halo. But that's something to look forward to, but I think we need to spend our 4 star points and prestige. So let's go ahead and do it. Resetting everything. Whoa. And we get constellations. Well, this is cool. Increases fuel gain by 100% per tier. And then research and satellites are twice as effective. Oh, here's a good one. Fuel gain from drones is increased by 10% per tier for each prestige point accumulated. So you've accumulated 4, that would make it 40%. And then double the fuel, double the research, and start with 20? That wouldn't be so bad. Well, we also get that pretty quickly. So if we put another point into here, that would be 80% better. And I think I'm okay with this. So we start with just our basic planet again, but already we get 4 fuel per thing. So we are just easily outpacing our lifetime goal there initially. Oh, because our manual mining just stayed maxed out. So that didn't reset? Interesting, but let's just buy all the drones that we can, set them to mining. And the lifetime total here is just climbing at a very good pace, and we can just keep buying drones. So in no time at all, we get the space station, and then we'll just make sure we have enough to buy quite a few drones to set them to research, which I thought okay, I think we are doubling the research, but you know, we can just continue increasing the speed because that's going up really quickly, and so can this. More research amount. Kind of forget what the maximums were already, but we can just keep boosting the mining drones as well. So we are well on our way to just absolutely crushing this next quota. And there's the moon. So now we max out the mining speed, very good. Get some elevators going there. Kind of reminds me of that one mobile game where you have to like throw nails into a circle, but make sure none of them touch. That was big when I was in like middle school. But now we can start to get some satellites and increase the mining speed of the elevators. Might as well increase the metals quickly so we can just keep buying more satellites, but also just buy a whole bunch of drones. And is research gonna be the important thing? Let's at least get 20 drones set for research, and then we can buy extra help from there, because then it's an even number in, you know, increments of 5, and then get even more research amount and speed. And then sure, just a whole bunch of elevators from the rest of the drones and the fuel satellites. Get some more mining speed. We haven't seen this maximum, so that would be interesting. Also, I swear, some of those satellites are just in danger range of the asteroid belt. But there, research satellite. Now the research speed is maxed out. Let's make sure we just get a ton of mining drones in place. And the research amount is maxed out as well. So now we have 2 satellites of everything. The lifetime goal is achieved. And then we can expand to the prestige planet, which we still don't have enough for. So we're not worried about that. Just gotta get to that asteroid harvester again, which thankfully doesn't look like it'll take nearly as long as before, which we now have access to. So there's a mining station, which is just such a cool concept for mining an asteroid belt. But now we send drones all the way over here, and there they go, mining the asteroids. And it looks like it's not guaranteed for one. They fill up a bit, and then the progress bar needs to fill before we technically have an asteroid. And then we spend that for mining specific materials. I see. And we can also increase the mining speed and amount. The amount of precious ore. This one's more expensive, so let's get that one first. More mining speed. And then gold and platinum. So these metals boost different production centers. Each platinum produces research gathering, and each gold produces fuel. Well, now I can see that the fuel that we need is 100 million, and also 1 million research, but we're kind of on our way there already. So as fuel is the basic resource for literally anything we want to do, let's definitely get more gold, and a lot of it. So we have 6 gold, and then we can boost the mining amount. I would like to see 1 precious ore get mined every time. But we could also definitely use more drones for that. So let's just buy a whole bunch there. Go back to the ring. The one ring. This would definitely be a ring to rule them all. But now we are very quickly getting even more precious metals. So that means even more gold, up to 10. And it takes 10 gold to buy iridium. Each iridium increases fuel gen by 1,500% and silicon generation by 200%. But we haven't even seen silicon yet. Is that the next step? But that is still a little bit better than having 10 gold, so let's get some iridium. Now, how's that affecting our fuel generation? Very well, I must say. 221,000 fuel per second. We need way more of those drones to get more precious ores. So we have 11 of those drones. Oh, there they are. 22. Like a bunch of little flies following this thing. And there is some ruthenium. Increases common metals transport. I feel like we definitely need to boost our fuel gain the most though. Oh, and the cost of iridium just went up too. Well, more mining amount here with the research. So we got 5 gold, 1 iridium. Oh, and just like that, we're at 1,000,000 fuel per second. Yes! Now we're cooking with gas. Also, it's just really cool watching the metals fly from the moon to the planet. Like, look at this wave it's making. It's all in a line, and then it just branches out from there. That's very cool to watch. And we're at the lifetime goal. Yes! So, oh, here we go. Now we can mine the gas giant Hephaestus. Hopefully there isn't a planet called Aphrodite, or else there'd be some awkward tension there. But let's just buy a whole bunch of drones. We just bought 23 drones with 1,000,000 fuel, or 100 million fuel. And the next goal's 10 billion. 10 billion! That's a B, not an M. Billion. Wow. But what does the gas do? Wait, we're mining gas to make silicon? Is this planet just heavily polluted? Well, we can still buy some collectors there. Maybe 10 of them initially. And they just look like little capsules flying around. But look at that. We're generating silicon. And a lot of it because we did get a boost from the asteroid harvester. And we use that silicon here to get some bursts. Oh, and it's comparing it to the drones, not the percentage. So if we get a fuel burst equivalent to 10 drones, then whoop, there it goes all the way back to the sun and past the sun to the home planet. And that is, I think that's a lot more fuel. And we can just keep doing that. Upgrade using 1 silicon, and we have 38 of those. Does this get more expensive as we go? I don't know, but we just got 10 fuel bursts there, so we can get a burst equivalent to 100 mining drones. That's more than we have. Look at that wave being sent across the solar system. And then it just crashes down, generating so much more fuel. We actually might outpace the research gain here on our way to 10 billion. That is insane. So why don't we go ahead and get 10 research bursts? Whoop, we got 11. Let's match it then. Oh, and it's a giant pink burst going straight to the research station. Whoop, and circling it a little bit. Oh, that is crazy. And we can actually get that going for all of these. 11 to each, and this goes to the asteroid harvester. That is amazing. Look at all those bursts coming off of the planet. And the research ring must be all the way over here. So, wow, that would take like a decade to get there at the minimum. But we got it. And now we can get even more precious metals. More gold. Not quite enough for, there's another iridium. But we should definitely be getting some more for the research too, because we are not on pace for that. Okay, but this is still taking a while, and the next prestige point is 35 minutes away, so we're just gonna prestige now. And it looks like we only have access to 1 constellation right now, so let's see what we can do with maxing it out. Lifetime accumulated now is 7, so if we max out this node here for 30% per tier, or wait, 30% per prestige point, that is 210% fuel gained, and then we only have 2 points left. So I guess we can start with a bunch of drones, would certainly help, and more fuel gain. So just like that, 20 little drones orbiting the planet. And we can quickly get things going here. So we can get 10 drones for fuel, 10 for research, to very quickly boost the research speed. And now when we get to the moon, we actually have to buy drones again to start that production, but we can buy 40 at once, which is insane. So now we can actually afford to get 20 elevators and 20 mining drones and 20 researchers. And it's good to just max out the research things as soon as possible, at least as far as speed goes. So make sure we have plenty of extra research drones because that's gonna be huge for later. Oh, and we actually got to the fuel before not even precious ores, just the common metals. We just crushed that fuel. I didn't even realize. We might crush the next one too, going at the rate that we're going. That is faster than I realized. That's awesome. What? 10,000 minutes at the rate that we're going at for the next prestige point? How many years is that? Oh, that's 7 days, not even close to a year. Don't worry about it. But sure enough, we really are on pace to crushing this goal. We're not even at 1 million per second yet, but I wish we were. Why don't we just help ourselves to as many drones as fuel can buy, which is 42, and then get back up to where we were, which was like 50 mining drones. And then we can boost their stats from there as much as possible with more satellites devoted to fuel, more research amount maxed out, excellent. And the fuel is still outpacing the metals. That is hilarious. We need so many more elevators here. And that is really loud right there. But there are 40 research drones. A little more, a little more, a little more. And the asteroid harvester, which we need drones for. So many drones, but we can only buy 11. That's fine for right now. And oh my gosh, we're filling the progress bar so fast it's going past it. Oh, I love this. But as before, the research is very quickly outpacing the fuel, at least at the beginning here. I feel like this is gonna catch up pretty quickly. There we go. Because we're at 4.3 million per second. Wow. That boosted quickly. Now we can start to get the little gas canisters or silicon canisters. Still not sure how that works chemically, but I never took chemistry, so I'll just live in mystery. But this should be a very quick boost to silicon production. Okay, not as quick as the precious ores, but still good. Now, can we achieve 10 billion? I think we have the means to. Just need to boost all the things that needs first, and then the precious ores. And they're actually staying kind of neck and neck right now. But I know we absolutely need more fuel being mined. And 2 more drones is exactly how many we need for 100 mining drones. Now that you can really see them, I mean, goodness. They also favor the, like, south of the equator. I just want to see one at the very top pole here. Even if it's not doing anything, just to be like king of the world or something. But it is crazy how many satellites, or I should say how few satellites we can buy at a time now. I feel like this one needs to go towards metals just to make more satellites, which was the original idea, but fuel demanded a lot more. But since we satisfied those demands, we can actually expand once more. I don't even know what's beyond this. There's not many spots left on the quick travel here, but let's see what it is. Ooh, another planet. Cerix. What do you do? Spawns a laser for releasing compressed gas. All right, sure. So they do that and they just laser the gas. For reasons unknown. Send compressed gas to Vesta? So each compressed gas is a percentage boost. Well, in that case, we definitely need more lasers. I also love just the prestige beam breaking across everything, but there's only one spot left. And I sure hope it's this guy right here. But for that, we need 100 billion fuel and 200 silicon, which we're honestly on a pretty good pace for. And now individual drones cost 1 billion fuel, which if the percentage boosts are that great, we should definitely buy more of those. So we have 5 laser drones. Is there a burst boost for that? Oh, there isn't. That would have been amazing. Also, it's kind of nice just to have a break from the insane sound effects and just have a little blip every now and then. But also the amount of research we need for these is insane. We could boost that, but I think we'll just leave the fuel boost as much as possible because we're already up to 30% and this is going at a very good pace. We're honestly getting some of the fuel canisters in reserve. Not really sure what does that, but it's nice that it's steady. Let me just check back into the loudness that is this system here, just to buy a few more lasers. So we got 7 little hammer-a-dons happening right here. So this isn't even the compressed gas collection rate, it's sending off compressed gas to other things. So we need to increase the speed of this for sure. Now that's sending off a lot more compressed gas. That was a huge boost. It's nice to have a game where the speed upgrades actually mean something. But also, just because it's gonna irk me if it doesn't happen, we're gonna get Vesta to a 100% mining boost increase. And we just send off a whole bunch of little pellets over there. Just pew, pew, pew. And they all go over there to this insanity. At least we can see all the drones if we're all the way out here. Which, yeah, I'm surprised there's still surface planet left there. And you can still see just the massive waves of bursts coming off of Hephaestus. I love that. I love that so much. Oh, and we actually got a little carried away. So Vesta is at 140% increase. Why don't we get Hephaestus to 100% as well? Which I feel like is gonna get the silicon right up there. But also the silicon production is really slow now. So it definitely needs the help. It also needs a lot more research. It needs a lot of things. Oh my goodness, this is just wall of text, like crazy. At least this right here is sort of controlled. This is just madness. But now we can get 10 lasers beaming down on Syrinx, which, oh yeah, that's a very good rate of sending off compressed gas. But why is there still like this much in reserve? I'm not sure, but now Hephaestus is over 100%. So really, we should be able to do the same for all of the other things, including the asteroids. So we can get more of those special metals, which wow, we have 27 precious ores. 27,000 precious ores. Why am I shortchanging myself there? Oh, also the research here is still less than 1 million. Why did we not pour into this like crazy? Max that out. And then let's get enough gold for another iridium. And we can still just buy so many of these. And iridium is really gonna be what we need the most right now because that boosts fuel and silicon. So sure, let's just buy as much gold as we can and then turn that into as much iridium as we can, which is 5. Not as much as I would have hoped, but that's still a huge increase. The fuel gain, oh man, the fuel planet is clicking like crazy. But that's at 200 million fuel per second, so that's a good pace, I think. Too bad we can't see what rate this is at, but you know what? Hephaestus can have another little drone as a treat, because we do have 34 silicon to assign. So let's get the fuel burst to 30, maybe 40? You know what? 50. So the fuel burst is worth 500 drones. 10 times how many we have on the planet. Or, I think? 100 times. No, 5 times. Wow, my number's good, promise. Oh, we sent too many to the asteroids. That's at 200%. We definitely need to get Vesta there. The fuel is actually catching up to the silicon, which kind of shows how slow the silicon is being made. Oh yeah, it is dramatically outpacing the silicon. We're watching it in real time on its way to 100 billion. Look at how much fuel we have so far. I mean, watch the fuel rate go up in real time. These individual percentages really stack up quickly. Okay, 200% there. Yeah, Hephaestus needs the most help here. And we can still boost the collection speed using research. How much more iridium can we make? The gold is getting very expensive, so maybe we look at something else. Boosting precious ore mining would definitely be a boost. So let's just buy a whole bunch of ruthenium in bulk. I love how the HUD shakes when you buy something, so when you spam it, it goes really crazy. But now we can buy a whole bunch of palladium. But of course, precious ore increases only 200% for each of these. But the common metals should be going crazy. 1.6 million. That should be good for a few satellites, hopefully. Sadly, none of these really help the silicon production, but boosting research should be good. We're almost at how much fuel we need. We just need to boost the silicon, so let's buy a whole bunch of drones and then send them over to Hephaestus. But in any case, we can finally expand, and I really hope it's the sun here. Expand. Oh yes, we can harvest the power of the sun. You should be ready to harvest the energy of the parent star. Deploy some drones to build panels and assemble a Dyson swarm. Which Dyson spheres as a concept is just crazy. But now we can start to send drones there, and quite a few drones now. Oh, they're actually very far away. Are they? What's that doing? It's just beaming directly to Vesta, and it's boosting the amount of fuel by 5% each time. It's just a target blasting directly to the sun. But we got 13 panels going right now, and we can just redirect this to anywhere. So if we tell it to beam maybe Surix really quickly. Oh yeah, it just jumps right over there. And it can beam to anywhere in the system for a boost. And we can expand even beyond that. But that costs 10 trillion fuel and 300 energy. I feel like we might be due for a prestige before that happens. Also, we have maxed out how much research we can get from fuel, and then it's just focusing on energy. That is crazy, but I'm just glad that we have built enough to harvest the power of the sun, with now 15 panels to work towards creating our Dyson sphere. I don't even know what happens beyond this, but I feel like for us to get to this point in reasonable time, we need to prestige. So let's go ahead and do that. And we have 3 more points to spend, but the lifetime total is 10. So this is 100%. No, it's 300% now. And then we can get this boost to 300%. And then research as well. There's gotta be something else that can be boosted. Why don't we max out the research? And then it all begins again with Vesta. But I would say we did very good for getting as far as we did. Getting all the way to harvesting the sun, which is insane. And this was only the demo for Starvester. Starvester Stallone. So if you guys want to see the full game when it releases, then be sure to let me know. Thank you very much for watching, and sub to Intern.